Have you ever heard of the Filipino sailor who risked his life twice in a burning ship to save his fellow crewmen? His name was Telesforo Trinidad, and his courage made history. Born in New Washington, Telesforo Trinidad grew up in the Philippines during a time of great change. Seeking a better future and a chance to serve, he enlisted in the United States Navy in 1910 as part of the Insular Force, a program that allowed Filipinos to serve in the U.S. Navy. By 1915, Trinidad was serving aboard the armored cruiser USS San Diego, ACR-6. Then, on January 21, 1915, disaster struck. While sailing in the Gulf of California, a massive boiler explosion tore through the ship. The blast filled the boiler room with fire, steam, and deadly heat. Sailors were trapped. Many would have run for safety, but not Telesforo Trinidad. The explosion forced him out of the boiler room. But when he realized that fellow crewmen were still trapped inside, he made a decision that would define his legacy forever. Without hesitation, he rushed back into the burning compartment. Through blistering heat and clouds of scalding steam, he found an injured sailor named R.E. Daly and carried him to safety. By then, Trinidad had already suffered severe burns to his face and body. But he wasn't finished. Despite his injuries, despite the danger, despite every reason to stop, he went back into the boiler room a second time. There, he rescued another trapped sailor, M.W. Bulelik, bringing him out alive. 2 rescues, 2 lives saved, 1 extraordinary act of courage. For his heroism and selfless sacrifice, Telesforo Trinidad was awarded the Medal of Honor, the highest military award in the United States. To this day, he remains the first and only Filipino in U.S. Navy history to receive this prestigious honor. But his service did not end there. Trinidad continued serving through World War I and World War II, eventually retiring in 1945. After decades of dedicated military service, he later settled in Imus, where he spent the rest of his life. His legacy, however, continues to inspire generations. In 2022, the U.S. Navy announced that a new guided missile destroyer would bear his name, the USS Telesforo Trinidad, DDG-139. It became the first U.S. Navy warship ever named after a Filipino, a lasting tribute to a man whose bravery knew no limits. The story of Telesforo Trinidad reminds us that true heroes are not defined by rank, fame, or recognition. They are defined by courage, by sacrifice, and by the willingness to put others before themselves. His name deserves to be remembered. His courage deserves to be honored, and his legacy will continue to sail through history for generations to come.